Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Needleman. I'm a consultant clinical oncologist and I also job share the Director of Medical Education role with Anya Burns at the Royal Free Hampstead site.
Hi, I'm Sue Laurent. I am one of the Directors of Medical Education at Barnet and I share the role jointly with Joyiti Saxena.
Hello, my name is Shanthi Shanmugalingam. I'm one of the Deputy DMEs based at the Barnet site and I'm a consultant neonatologist here at Starlight Neonatal Unit.
Hello, my name's Sophie Collier. I'm one of the microbiology consultants at the Royal Free. I'm also one of the Deputy DMEs. I job share with Darryl Allen. I'm the Trust Champion for less than full-time working and training, and I'm very happy to be contacted with any queries concerning this. If you're thinking about training flexibly, or if you've started here and you're training flexibly and you've got concerns or questions about rotas and pay, it's often difficult areas to negotiate. We've got excellent contacts in HR and excellent trainees also who'll be able to help guide your way through the process. My door's also open for any pastoral or wellbeing concerns, so happy to catch up. Please feel free to contact me via email. Again, welcome to the Royal Free.
Hello everyone. My name is Anya Burns. I'm a kidney specialist and I've worked here at the Royal Free for over 30 years. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the Royal Free because I'm also the Director of Postgraduate Medical Education. So your education and training while you're here at the Royal Free is partly my responsibility. I share that role with Dr. Sarah Needleman, who you'll meet later. So, having welcomed you, I want to tell you that the Royal Free is a friendly place where we're not perfect, but I think most of our staff right across the board, their hearts are in the right place, and that is to look after patients in a compassionate and excellent manner. So, you're going to learn loads, you're going to leave here a different person to when you arrived, hopefully a better doctor. But I've got 3 pieces of advice for you really. The first one is to get involved. Your learning will embed and grow if you get involved. The second one is to ask loads of questions. You've got world experts on virtually every medical condition around you. Make use of them. They're generous teachers. If they think you're interested, they'll be delighted to help. And the third piece of advice is to make friends with those around you. And this is your opportunity to make lifelong friends. You may even end up marrying somebody who you meet at Royal Free. But that will also help you to enjoy yourself. And that's my final word. It's about enjoying what we do. And if you get all those things right, you'll have had a fantastic time and a really successful year. So welcome again, and do come to us if you've got any issues you'd like us to help with.
Hello, my name's Caroline Clark. I am the Group Chief Executive at the Royal Free London, and I'd like to welcome you to our fantastic group of hospitals. If you're watching this, you've chosen to work in the NHS, which is the finest institution that you could ever join, and you've chosen to work at the Royal Free, which I hope you will be very, very proud of, as I am, and I hope that you will have a fantastic career here. We are like a big family, wherever you work, across any of our hospitals, across any of our sites, and I hope that you get a really, really big welcome wherever you are, and I hope that you will have a fantastic career in the NHS and learn lots about us and the work that we do for all our local populations across North London, across Hertfordshire, and across the country. We have some of the best services in the world. You'll learn about what we do that's actually globally amazing, and I hope that in watching this you're gonna do some e-learning which will inspire you to do ever more great things. Welcome to the Royal Free.
Hello, my name is Dr. Sonia Brocklesby and I'm a consultant anaesthetist and the Guardian of Safe Working Hours based on the Barnet Hospital site. Welcome to the Trust. My role as the Guardian is to oversee the safeguards relating to safe working conditions for doctors in training that have been incorporated into the new doctor's contract.
We've made this video really to welcome you all and introduce ourselves.
And first of all, I want to wish you an enormous welcome to your job with us here at Barnet Hospital, and I look forward to working with you.
Some of what we're going to talk about is what professionalism is, and first of all, I think when we think about professionalism, we think about GMC guidance and what we think professionalism is in medicine, and really that's patients need good doctors, don't they? Good doctors make the care of their patients their first concern. They're competent, they've kept up to date with their knowledge and their skills, and they maintain good relationships with both their patients but also their colleagues.
So there are 4 domains that the GMC asks you to act within. And the first one is your knowledge, skills and performance. And this is how you will be assessed long term. The next one is your safety and quality. The next one is communication, partnership and teamwork. And the final one is maintaining trust or duty of candour. Now, we all really know that being a junior doctor is about working really hard, and sometimes it's going to feel like it's very difficult. And what we're aiming for you when you work with us is that you'll be working within your challenge zone. And what I mean by that is that you'll be learning, you'll be stretched, you'll be at times coming up with things you don't know, but hopefully you will not be spending most of your time in your stress zone, nor will you be spending most of your time in your comfort zone.
Good medical practice is about your knowledge and your skills and performance, safety and quality, communicating, and that's communication with both your patients and your teamwork, and also maintaining trust and duty of candour. Here, also whilst you're with us, we need to think about the learning environment. While you're working, you're learning as well, aren't you? And very much we want to make sure that we provide you with the best learning environment.
It's our duty to provide you with excellent supervision, and you will have, if you are a foundation doctor, a supervisor who is an educational supervisor across the whole of your first year. And then with each placement you'll get a separate clinical supervisor. But also on every shift you will have somebody that will be supervising you, and it's your job to make sure that you know who that supervisor is on each shift.
So while you're with us, we'd be thrilled if you got involved with quality improvement and audit, and part of that is about your learning. Quality improvement to improve clinical service and also patient care, keeping patients and staff safe at all times. There may be incidences that occur whilst you're with us, and the things that you need to know is about how you report those incidences. So you can fill out a Datex form if something were to happen. But alongside that, we also want to celebrate the great things that happen. So alongside our Datexes, we also have Greatexes. And that's about learning from excellence.
There are lots of things that you'll be doing when you're with us, and one of the things is you'll be thinking a lot, hopefully, about safety, QI, audit, and you'll be learning from the Guardian of Safe Working quite a lot more about things like whistleblowing. You will also be highlighting, hopefully, when things go really well. So, reporting incidents, you will all by now know about Datexes, and clearly it's our job to report when things don't go well so that we can learn from why they didn't go well. But equally important, and actually in my view more important, is to report when things go really well. Because when things go really well, we can learn even more from that. And also, the team or the person who is reported for doing something really well gets a real buzz out of being reported. So at Barnet and at the Royal Free, we have a real culture for reporting things that go well.
So whilst you're with us, you also need to know what to do if someone unfortunately dies and how you certify a death. So You should never complete a death certificate without having a conversation with the consultant who's looked after the patient. It needs to be done in a timely manner, and we know at the Royal Free there are a large proportion of our families that we look after can be certain religions that require burial within 24 hours. So Jewish religion and Muslim families will need that death certificate quickly so that they can proceed with their burials. The medical examiner for the trust also looks over every death certificate, and sometimes they may give you a phone call just to run through what's on that form to check that everything's in order.
Sometimes, unfortunately, and it will happen to every one of you, and it happens to all of us, there will be a serious incident.
It's important that the proper procedures and processes take place. You need a proper debrief, and that will be delivered by your department. You need support within your department, so it's important that you discuss this with both your clinical supervisor, but most importantly your educational supervisor. The education lead or the service line lead for your department will need to know this, and we need to know this in the medical education department so that we can support you and anyone involved in a serious incident appropriately.
There is also a Form R that you'll be filling in your portfolios, and that will be explained to you. And also sometimes with a serious incident, it's important that the GMC and responsible officer are informed, but that will be something that will be discussed with your educational supervisor.
It is important that you write this as part of your portfolio, and in your ARCP it will be written on your Form R. And that's another reason why we can support you in the PGME department about any processes that need to be kept to. For example, if anyone else outside the trust needs to know, like the deanery or the GMC as well.
Whistleblowing, it's really important that you feel able to speak up if you have any safety concerns, and your Guardian for Safe Working will tell you a little bit more about that in your induction. There are lots of ways that you as a trainee can get involved, and we'll be looking for trainee reps who can find out about what the rest of your trainees think and bring that to our local faculty groups. You can attend your local faculty groups, which are within your department. You can attend the Junior Doctors Executive Forum, and we'll be looking for people to join that. And you can also join the Junior Doctors Liaison Forum, which is led by the Guardian for Safe Working. One thing that I'm sure you'll already know quite a lot about is communication and confidentiality. And just to say, be really careful if you're having a discussion about a patient that you're in a private place. You don't do it anywhere public, and it's very easy to start chatting in the canteen where there are patients sitting. Also make sure that you really look after your passwords carefully so that nobody can access your computer. And also social media. Never ever put anything on social media that you wouldn't want to be shared with many other people. So therefore anything about patients, anything about individuals that you don't get on with at work, anything like that, please don't put that on social media.
I wanted to talk to you about well-being. As one medic said, you can't expect to walk in the rain and not get wet, and every doctor who cares for their patients will at some time have feelings of compassion fatigue. And the more effort that we put into looking after ourselves, the better we are at doing our job. So the first thing to do is get the basics right: food, drink, exercise. And that's really true for whether you're on shift or at home. So when you're on shift, make sure you keep hydrated and take your breaks and eat. It's really important. If you can, try and make this healthy, but do take a break to eat. And think about your fellow peers. They may also need a break. And if you can, take a socially distanced lunch together so you're supporting each other. Think about exercise. It's really important that we look after ourselves and stay healthy. Things that's really important in our own well-being is thinking about our social connections and our contacts. So at work, support your peers, and you may find a peer group that supports you and each other. And at home, make sure you keep in contact with your friends and your family and keep up with your hobbies. That's really, really important. And finally, you think a little bit around sleep. It's super important that we get the sleep that we need to stay functioning as best as we can. So make sure that you, when you get home and you're winding down, that you do give yourself a time to wind down. Use mindfulness apps if they're helpful, and try and get the sleep that you need before each shift. Think a little bit about your night shifts. So preparing for the first of your night shifts, try and have a lie-in in the morning and have a nap in the afternoon before you start your shift. Invest in some really good blackout blinds so that you can get the sleep even though it's daylight outside. And during your night shift, when you take your breaks, you might want to think about getting a 15-20 minute nap. Studies have shown that actually a 15-20 minute nap really energises you for the rest of the shift. And there are sleep pods available in the mess to help you do that. And when you've finished your shifts, just check in with yourself. Are you too tired to drive? Do you need another nap so that you're refreshed for your drive so you can drive home safely? And again, think a little bit around how you're going to wind down when you get home so that you can make the most of that time to rest and recuperate. Looking after ourselves is super, super important. It's not really an optional extra, it's absolute essential. So make sure you do look after yourself and look after each other. And sometimes you might want to actually talk to somebody about what you're going through, about life in general, or your training and your career. And there's lots of people around you can speak to. So you can speak to your clinical supervisor, your educational supervisor, your TPD, and we are here in the medical education department across both sites to be supportive and have that chat with you. The Trust also offers services. If you look on Freenet and type in REST, R-E-S-T in capitals, there's a whole page around the support that's available. And there is a counselling hotline, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m, 7 days a week, including bank holidays, where they can offer support and also signpost you to other resources available. And don't forget the BMA, and don't forget your school and HE, who also can offer that support. Looking after ourselves is not an optional extra, it is absolutely essential. So make sure you do look after yourself and each other.
So thank you very much for listening, and we hope that you all have a great time here as a trainee, that you feel part of it, you feel part of a family, and that you know that if you have any questions, worries, concerns, please come and talk to us in the Medical Education Centre. Thank you.